Hey guys, it's Kim here with Fairily Fiber Fun. Thanks for joining me on today's little vlog. This is actually probably going to be about 2 weeks worth of work if we can get everything done on time. So today we are going to be processing raw fleece all the way to ready to spin fibers because I am prepping a huge quantity of fleeces for a fiber festival. It is called, I believe, Fiber in the Valley, and it is a fiber festival in Sautee, Georgia. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 19th through the 21st. The 19th Friday is for teachers only, and then the 20th and the 21st is for vendors. So I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be my first big in-person vending. It'll be my first fiber festival, and I'm really excited. So I thought I would take you along for some of the prep. And yeah, this is the big bag of wool that I am currently working on flicking the locks to get all the veg and the brittle tips out of. It was 4.5 pounds dirty, and that's been scoured. I forgot to weigh it before I started flicking locks, and I've already done some. So that's what we're going to work on today, and we're going to be scouring some of the black, and then we'll be carding some of the gray. Right now, I am working on the white. It's in the process of being carded. It's all been carded once, and half of it's been carded twice. So I'm working on that, but you can't really see how the carding's going with the white. So I thought I would, show you how the gray is turning out on the drum carder as I blend it all together. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you in a bit. This is the bag of black wool. Let's weigh it right quick. Here's my nifty little hanging scale. It's 3.9 pounds, dirty. All right, to get started scouring, I have just a little bit of cleanup to do, and then I can get started. So to get my kitchen ready for scouring, you can see the Instapot's going. I'm cooking a big roast. And I need to clear up my stove so that I can put the pots of water on to boil. So that's what I'm working on now, filling up the pots, getting them on the stove, getting them warmed up so that I can actually do the scouring since my tap water doesn't get hot enough. So here I am just getting ready to soak the wool while I wait for the water to boil, and then once the water's boiling, I will do the scouring. So while I wait for the water to boil, I'm going to get started picking wool. You may hear the Instapot going right there. It's building up pressure. I'm cooking a roast, and it's going to take about 3 hours. It's a 6-pound roast. Look how beautiful that is. I just love Jacob wool. So flicking locks like I'm doing, I'm just using a little, like a dog brush sort of thing, except this is specially designed for flicking. It's really small. And opening up those tips, brushing them out, getting rid of any tangles, removing any brittle tips that might want to pop off anyway. And this way I don't have to fight with the fiber. It also gets a lot of the veg matter out. It makes a big mess on my lap while I'm doing this. So I should be wearing an apron or something to protect my clothes, but you know, clothes can be cleaned. So yeah, several hours of this, just sitting here flicking locks and getting up when the timer rings about every 10 minutes or so to change out the water or get the next batch of wool going. So scouring wool, you just soak it in water multiple times, and you don't want to move it around too much or it will felt. So I am flicking locks and scouring wool at the same time, and it's a great combination because if I sit too long in one position, my body gets stiff and sore, and if I don't have anything to occupy my time while I'm waiting on that timer, then I'll go stir crazy just waiting. So it's best to have multiple things going at the same time and everything gets done, and it's actually quite fun. Usually I watch a TV show or something while I'm flicking locks to keep my mind occupied while my hands are busy. And if I'm going to watch TV, I like to have my hands busy either spinning or knitting or like this, flicking locks. So great activity and boring as all get out. So I managed to get the entire black wool scoured, and it is on my living room floor, laundry room floor. That used to be the laundry room. And that is the kitchen. So yeah, this is kind of the space in between. But anyway, I got all that done, and it is now 12 o'clock. And this is the bag of wool that has been flicked. It had a little bit in it when I started. It's packed in there pretty tight, but it's still not a lot. And there's the bag. Looks like I haven't done anything. That's just how full the bag is. So I will weigh that tonight so I have an exact weight. So I will get a weight tally when I'm done tonight, just in case I do more this evening. And then when I start tomorrow, I'll have a starting and ending weight for you guys. Let's see if I can get that whole bag of wool done in 1 week, shall we? All right, so I weighed the bag and it weighs 2.9 pounds this morning before doing anything. I've got an empty bag here to see how much I can fill it up today, even though the other one is not completely full. So let's get started. While I was flicking these locks on day 2, my back, there's a pinched nerve and my hands kept going numb. So although I did manage to get a lot done, I had to keep stopping and stretching and wiggling, and finally I gave up and I did some exercises in the hopes that that would make everything better. It helped, but I needed more. And that evening my boyfriend, he helped me a lot. He popped my back and massaged it and really helped loosen up the tight muscles that were causing all the pinched nerves. So that helped a lot. But during the day while I was working, it was not the most fun. Here I am doing the exercises, attempting to loosen up my shoulders and my neck and stretching my lower back and everything, and just trying to make sure that I'm getting everything loose so I can do what I need to do. And here, I'm just trying random things, so not what I normally would do, but trying to stretch everything, trying to loosen everything up as best I can. And it's like nothing really did the job until my boyfriend was able to help me. So one of my problems is very tight hip flexors. So that's why I was stretching like that. Hey guys, it's Thursday. We started this vlog on Monday, and I was so busy yesterday I got almost nothing done. But I never did check in on Wednesday and tell you, not Wednesday, Tuesday, and tell you how much I got done. So there's that. Now, you may notice that things are a little different today. I am in my bedroom with the backdrop I made a few years ago, and I got a little fancy and decided to put a little makeup on. something I don't do very often, but every now and then a girl's got to do a little extra to feel pretty, and I wanted to feel pretty today. So, started the day off with a little bit of makeup, and then of course I have to do something with my hair, and it's raining outside, you know, all these things. So anyway, I wanted to show you what all I've done. I've got notes for every day in here, my little notebook. It's pretty. I love little notebooks. So on Tuesday, the big bag of wool started out at 2.9 pounds, and at the end of the day it was 2.4 pounds. And this bag is stuffed to the brim. This is everything I've done Sunday through Tuesday. And we started the vlog Monday, so there was a little bit that was done Sunday. I just weighed the big bag of wool because I did some flicking and stuff yesterday, but not a lot because I was super busy. And 0.2 pounds. Not enough at all, but at least it was something. I delivered a commission and ran some errands, and then I got so tired and my body was hurting so bad that I just went to bed early. So you might be wondering why I'm doing this by hand instead of taking it to the mill. And there's a few reasons for that. The main one is these tips are breaking right off. And some of the tips are about 2 inches long, which means that the sheep probably got parasites or something, or were sick. Here's another one. And flicking the locks gets all of that out. It's just bad. Like, I had some really bad ones yesterday. Not so much now, but you know, that won't be separated at the mill. So I don't really want this to end up, all those tips to end up broken and included in the roving. Here's another one that's pretty bad. You can see how dirty that is. And some of that's just dirt, but a lot of that is a tip that's just gonna break off. So that's reason number one. Here's one that's kind of long. Oh, come on. That's significantly longer. And, you know, I don't want that in the final roving. And since I know the mill's not going to be able to remove all of those tips, some might break off during the process, but not all of them. And it'll end up causing so much trouble in the long run, and I just don't want that. So, let me flip back through my notes. Another reason is that the fibers, some of these fibers are really, really fine. Some of them aren't. Feeling around. I had some really soft ones yesterday that I was working on. Here's some. This is super, super soft. And sometimes the mill equipment will be a little rough with the fibers, and if they're really soft and delicate, they'll just break. And we don't want that. So I want to be able to use this wool, not have it break. And when I'm hand carding, I'm not putting as much strain and stress on this wool as the mill machinery does. And I don't know enough about mill processing to know exactly how you can fine tune those machines to process finer wools. But this is coarse, kind of coarse compared to this. So this stuff would go through just fine, but this would probably break and turn into little neps and noils all throughout the roving. So that's another reason to hand process. And the third reason is because I wanted to see if I could. Can I hand process an insane amount of wool in a month? And the answer is no, I can't. Because I've already spent a month working on the white fleece. Granted, I had a lot of other stuff going on and I did not dedicate a huge amount of time to it, but you know. So anyway, I wanted to see if I could get through this big bag of gray wool in 1 week, and the answer is no, I can't. So now the question is, how quickly can I? Because it's obvious I can't in 1 week, especially with stuff packed the way it is. So yeah, we shall see what happens, and I will check back in with you by the end of the week. So here we are. I am time-lapse carding. I think this is 5 times speed. My old phone did hyperlapse in sets of 4, counts of 4, and this phone doesn't count of 5, which is a little bit weird, but okay. New phone, new everything. But anyways, just found that to be a bit odd. So I'm taking, I had originally 8 bats, and I stripped them down into 8 strips a piece, and then I took 1 strip from each bat, and I'm carding them together to make sure they're completely uniform. And you will be able to see the results of that when I'm carding the gray. So you'll see how they become very, very uniform and similar color and everything. So these bats, since they're white, they will only be carded 3 times. And this is the second one. And I thought you guys might be interested in seeing how I remove a bat in real life speed. So I thought I would throw that in here. The tool in my hand is called a doffer. It's similar to an ice pick, but is specifically made for this drum carder. And that little metal strip goes in between the beginning and the end of the carding cloth. It's a little break in the carding cloth that doesn't have any teeth, so I can safely separate the fibers off of the bat and pull them off. And when I run my doffer through the teeth of the drum carder, I'm being very gentle not to damage those teeth. So, because that's important. Alright guys, so today is Monday, May 1st, and I should have filmed this yesterday, but I took yesterday off. So I also took Thursday off from flicking locks. So I ended with 1.3 pounds of wool left. The bag is much smaller, but I did not meet my goal for the week. I started with around 3 pounds, and I learned that I could flick around half a pound a day. And that's 6 to 8 hours of flicking locks in a day. That's a lot of work. By the end of the week, I was done. I needed a break. There's only so much of the same thing you can do before you start to go absolutely stir crazy. So on Saturday, I carded bats and only did a little bit. And then yesterday, I took the day off. So I learned a lot, and I learned I can do a lot more than I thought I could. So I'm going to show you the 3 bags of flick locks. These are ready to be carded. So there's 1. This has a little bit less in it. There's 2. And this has the least amount in it. I have enough now to start carding, because I don't like to do the same thing constantly. And then I have, for the white wool, I started with 16 bats. And I divided them into 1 ounce sections. So I have the first 8 bats that I carded the second time that I divided into 1 ounce sections, and the second set of 8 that I carded on Saturday the second time. So I have them in 2 bags, so I'll just grab 1 ounce section from each bag, and I'm going to have 14 bats when I'm all done. I've got my label in here that says what it is, so don't forget. So yeah, I will take a 1 ounce bump from each bag and card them together, and hopefully I'll get that done today. We shall see, because I still have the gray Jacob over here to finish flicking, but I need to do a bunch of carding. So also, I finally remembered to dry the black wool that I washed. So yeah, that sat wet for a few days wrapped in a sheet. It didn't sour or anything because it was in the air, like it could get airflow. So that was good. So I think that's about it. Like, didn't get as much done as I'd hoped I would. Got more done than I thought I would. And I'm pretty happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, today's vlog. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. That always helps the channel. Also, while I was doing the drum carding for the white bats, my back was killing me. So if you would like to monetarily support the channel, go check out the Ko-fi page. It's linked in the show notes below. No pressure whatsoever. You can always like, comment, and share, and that gives me plenty of support as well. But if you wanted to offer me a monetary support, that is the way to do it. You can either do a one-time buy me a coffee or become a monthly subscriber. And I am working on new content for my Ko-fi subscribers. So all of your support, financial support, will go towards a new drum carder that is electric, one of the big ones, so I can do 4 to 6 ounce bats. And I am really looking forward to meeting that goal and being able to get that drum carder. So when I do, I'm going to try to become a brother drum carder dealer. I'm really excited about that. So I will keep you guys updated on those things as we go along. And I will see you next week. Bye!